Namaskar. The topic for this session is the performing arts of India. The objectives of this session are to define the performing arts of India, provide details on the different aspects of performing arts. Now let us learn what is performing arts. Art is an expression of all characteristics of the human mind aesthetically. These characteristics, that is, the varied human emotions, are known as ras. In Hindi, ras literally means a sugary juice. It signifies the ultimate satisfaction of Anand. Human emotions can be categorized into 9 subheadings or navras. They are hasya, that is laughter, bhayanak, that is evil, rudra, that is chivalrous, karun, that is pathos, veer, that is courage, adbhut, that is astonishing, vibhast, that is terrifying, shanti, that is peace, shringar, that is decorating oneself. Art reflects human emotions and human beings spontaneously express their frame of mind through various art forms. Thus, the intellectual mind merges with the artistic streak, giving birth to art. The expression is reflected in various styles like singing, dancing, drawing, painting, acting, sculpture. Some of these are expressed through live performances and others through visual arts. Sketching, painting, sculpture are visual arts. Singing, dancing, acting are attributes of performing arts. The performing arts range from vocal and instrumental music, dance and theatre to pantomime, sung verse and beyond. Music is perhaps the most universal of the performing arts and is found in every society. Most often as an integral part of other performing arts, forms and other domains of intangible cultural heritage including rituals, festive events or oral traditions. It can be found in the most diverse contexts, sacred or profane, classical or popular, closely connected to work or entertainment. There may also be a political or economic dimension to music. It can recount a community's history, sing the praises of a powerful person, and play a key role in economic transactions. The occasions on which music is performed are just as varied: marriages, funerals, rituals, initiations, festivities, all kinds of entertainment as well as many other social functions. Dance, though very complex, may be described simply as ordered bodily movements usually performed to music. Apart from its physical aspect, the rhythmic movements, steps and gestures of dance often express a sentiment or mood or illustrate a specific event or daily act, such as religious dances or those representing hunting, warfare, etc. Traditional theatre performances usually combine acting, singing, dance and music, dialogue, narration or recitation, but many also include puppetry. These arts, however, are more than simply performances for an audience. They may also play crucial roles in culture and society, such as songs sung while carrying out agricultural work or music that is part of a ritual. In a more intimate setting, lullabies are often sung to help a baby sleep. The instruments, objects, artifacts and spaces associated with cultural expressions and practices are all included in the definition of intangible cultural heritage. In the performing arts, this includes musical instruments, masks, costumes and other body decorations used in dance and the scenery and props of theatre. Performing arts are often performed in specific places. When these spaces are closely linked to the performance, they are considered cultural spaces. The tradition of performing arts in India goes back to the most ancient past, and India has a rich heritage of the same: dance, music and theatre. The performing arts provide a different kind of experience in which the audience begins to feel some kind of a union with the performers. The performing arts are not mere spectacles. They certainly strike at an inner chord located in the realm of emotion and feeling. There has been a close connection between the performing arts in India and the religion. It is the mythology with enduring cultural patterns that has sustained the tradition of performing arts. Its strength lies in the fact that the performing arts in India have an almost uninterrupted tradition spanning several centuries. Now let us learn about the different aspects of performing arts in India. We will start with dance. The Indian mythology suggests that the dance originated with Shiva's Tandav. Thus, dance as a performing art has an age-old tradition. Almost all classical dance forms in India have originated from folk traditions. The classical dances of India revolve around a few cardinal principles. They have elements of facial expression, sattvic, verbal expression, vachik, manual gestures, angile, and costumes and jewelry, acharya. These are reflected in the classical dances of all regions of India. The classical dances of India are: first, Bharatnatyam from Tamil Nadu with centers in Tanjavur and Kanchipuram, performed by women and men both as a solo item. Second classical dance is Odissi from Odisha with centers in Puri and Bhubaneswar, performed as a solo dance. Third, Kathak from Uttar Pradesh and Rajasthan with centers in Lucknow, Mathura Vrindavan, Varanasi and Jaipur, performed by men and women both as solo items. Fourth, Kathakali from Kerala with centers in the temples there, performed by men wearing makeup and emphasizing on facial expressions. Fifth classical dance is Kuchipudi. It is from the state of Andhra Pradesh, centering around the town of Kuchipudi, performed by men in the form of dance drama. Manipuri is another classical dance from the state of Manipur, performed by a group of men and women enacting the drama of Krishna and Radha's lives. Seventh classical dance is Mohini Attam. It is from Kerala. It is a blend of Kathakali and Bharatnatyam and is named after the mythological beauty Mohini. It is performed solo by women. The last classical dance of India is Satriya. Satriya dance refers to the body of dance and dance drama developed in the satras or monasteries of Assam since the 16th century, when the Vaishnava faith propagated by the saint and reformer Shankar Dev swept the land. It is a distinct genre within the fold of classical Indian dance, with an evolved language of hand gesture, footwork, movement and expression, and a repertoire centered on devotion to Krishna. Now let us learn about the folk dances of India. The country is also extremely rich in the dance forms that are inspired by folk traditions. Some of the important folk dances are Dhamal dance from Jammu Kashmir. The dancers performing this dance are dressed up wearing vibrant colored robes and conical caps, which are generally studded with beads and looks really beautiful. Not every man can perform this dance, but only male of Vatal can perform this dance, and that too during special occasion. This dance is very different from all the dances performed, which is performed on set locations and the set occasions. There is a special ritual manner in which dancers have to dance, and a banner is dug into the ground and dance generally takes off with group of men dancing around this banner. Dancers sing in a melodious voice in chorus, and they are joined by drum beats in between. Chapeli is the folk dance from the state of Uttarakhand. It is performed by couples with the female carrying a mirror in her left hand and a colored handkerchief in the other. The males play a huduka on his left shoulder, accompanied by others playing the hudka, manjira and flute. The dance is a duet that outlines the joys of romance. The woman partner, sometimes also a young boy, dances with a smile and elegant waist movements, either in admiration of her beauty and charm or mocking her ways of expressing love. Dangi is the folk dance of Himachal Pradesh. It is based on one of the oldest folklores of Himachal Pradesh. The dance involves female dancers. The dance is performed during the harvest season in the temple of goddess Naina Devi. The other folk dance is Chham dance from Himachal Pradesh, performed by Buddhist monk or the lamas in the monasteries. It is renowned for detailed costume, elaborate headgear and finely crafted masks. Bhangra is the folk dance of Punjab and the most popular folk dance of India. It represents the liveliness and dynamism of its people. The dance mainly involves men who perform to the fast beats of drum and music. Originally performed on the Baisakhi festival, the harvest festival of Punjab, Bhangra is done at every single festive occasion today. Kalbelia is the folk dance from Rajasthan. It is well known by other names like Sapera dance, snake charmer dance. This dance is particularly performed by a Rajasthani tribe called Kalbelia. The popularity of this dance is so much worldwide that Rajasthan's Kalbelia dance and songs are now in UNESCO's representative list of the intangible cultural heritage of humanity from the year 2010. In Kalbelia dance, males play various traditional instruments and females perform the dance. Garba is the folk dance of Gujarat. It is a circular form of dance performed by ladies on the Navratri days, Sharad Purnima, Vasant Panchami, Holi and other festive occasions. The word Garba is derived from the word Garbdeep, meaning the lamp inside the perforated earthen pot. The light inside the perforated earthen pot symbolize the embryonic life. In this folk dance, ladies place the pot with the lamp on their heads and move in circles, with a photograph of the goddess or a lamp in the center, singing and clapping their palms or snapping their fingers to the accompaniment of folk instruments. Bihu is a folk dance from Assam. This joyous dance is performed by both young men and women and is characterized by brisk dance steps, rapid hand movement and a rhythmic swaying of the hips in order to represent youthful passion. Dancers wear traditionally colorful Assamese clothing. Lavani is the folk dance of Maharashtra, and the word Lavani is derived from Lavanya, which when literally translated means beauty. In addition, this dance form through the use of music essentially talks about socially relevant subject matters such as religion, politics and romance. Furthermore, this dance style possesses two distinct forms, namely Fatchal Lavani and Bethakchi Lavani. Karagattam is from Tamil Nadu. Karagam is a folk dance with musical accompaniment performed balancing a pot on the head. Traditionally, this dance was performed by the villagers in praise of the rain goddess Mariamman and river goddess Gangai Amman, performed with literature with water pots balanced on their heads. Tiruvarthira is the dance from Kerala. It is performed by maidens who revolve in circle while performing dance steps to the beat of rhythmic claps that gives music to their graceful movements and the narrative song sung by the dancers as they go round. One of the best example is the narrative poetry based on the story of Shakuntala that Machataliyat wrote for this dance in the first half of the 19th century. Another aspect of performing art is music. Music from time immemorial has been the most popular art from India. Music, considered a vehicle for communication with God, has been an essential ingredient of our culture. The earliest tradition of Indian music may be traced to Samved, which contained the shloks that were put to music. Later, two distinct forms of musical style developed in India. Hindustani classical music. Hindustani classical music may be traced back to the period of Delhi Sultanate and to Amir Khusro, who encouraged the practice of musical performance with particular instruments. He is believed to have invented the sitar and the tabla and is said to have introduced new rags. Most of the Hindustani musicians trace their descent to Tansen. Different styles of Hindustani music are Dhrupad, Dhamar, Thumri, Khayal and Tappa. The most popular rags are Bahar, Bhairavi, Sindhu Bhairavi, Bhim Palsai, Todi, Kambaj, etc. India also has a rich variety of musical instruments of different types. Amongst the stringed instruments, the most famous are sitar, sarod, santoor and sarangi. Pakhavaj, tabla and mridangam are the percussion or tal giving instruments. Likewise, flute, shehnai and nadaswaram are some of the chief wind instruments. The musicians of Hindustani classical music are usually associated to a gharana or a particular style of music. Gharanas refer to hereditary linkages of musicians which represent the core of the style and distinguish them from others. The gharanas function in Guru Shishya Parampara, that is disciples learning under the particular Guru, transmitting his musical knowledge and style will belong to the same gharana. Some of the important gharanas are Meher, set up by the doyen of classical Indian music, Ustad Alauddin Khan. Kirana is another gharana set up by Savai Gandharv. Atrauli is the gharana set up by Ustad Fayaz Khan. Patiala is another gharana which was set up by Ustad Chand Khan. Devotional music like kirtan, bhajan, rags contained in the Adi Granth and singing in the majlis during Muharram also deserves a special place in Indian music. Along with this, folk music also shows a very rich cultural heritage. Carnatic music. The compositions in Carnatic music may be attributed collectively to three composers who lived between 1700 AD and 1850. They were Shyam Sastri, Tyagraj and Muthuswami Dikshitar. Theatre. India has a unique theatre tradition which is marked by both its antiquity and aesthetics and imagination. Since ages, the theatre has been an integral part of Indian life. Probably the art of theatre began with religious or social rites and ritualistic festivals and gradually progressed into becoming a distinct art form. During the past 2,000–3,000 years, the theatrical arts have undergone fundamental changes. An important phase in this development was during the 19th century when, as a result of an encounter with the West, certain profound changes came about in the art. This theatre was almost entirely an imitation of the Western theatre. The concerns of the post-independence India were, however, different. What we have today as Indian theatre is in fact a sequel of this concern. By the 60s of the post-independence period, a national theatre movement was born. Slow disintegration of the family as a viable social unit, new and demystified political stances, disillusionment of the urban middle class, etc. were some important new themes that gained precedence in the plays written during this period. In recent times, there has again been a shift. Another theatre form gaining popularity is the street plays or street theatres. Let us learn about the traditional theatre. In different regions of India, there are religious festivals, fairs, gatherings, ritual offerings, prayers almost throughout the year. During these occasions, traditional theatre forms are presented. They reflect the common man's social attitudes and perceptions. In this social portrayal, there is also the individual's role which is given due importance. Traditional theatre forms incorporate not only the common man's interest, but there is also a classical element in them. This classical facet, however, takes on regional, local and folk colouring. It is possible that those associated with the classical world of Sanskrit drama went to the neighbouring regions after its decline and intermingled with the local theatre forms. This kind of synthesis, give and take, must have taken place on various levels such as written, verbal, classical, contemporary, national and local. Different forms of traditional theatre in India. First is the Ram Leela that we are discussing. Ramayana is one of the holiest Hindu scriptures in India. The epic devoted to the glory of Ram was translated to Awadhi language from the original text available in Sanskrit by Goswami Tulsidas. Ram Leela is the traditional performance of the Ramayana, basically the life of Lord Ram till his victory over the demon king Ravan. UNESCO inscribed Ram Leela on the list of intangible cultural heritage on 2008. During the Sharad Navratras, Ram Leela is performed. The performance can be anything from 10 days to 40 days. Actors narrate the story of Lord Ram, his life, struggles in a number of episodes with teachings of life, philosophy and concept of evil and good. Band Pater is another traditional theatre of Kashmir. It is a unique combination of dance, music and acting. Satire, wit and parody are commonly used in this folk drama that incorporates logical mythological legends and contemporary social commentary. Traditionally, the performances begin in the evening with the ritualistic dance called chok. The play unfolds gradually after this and ends in the early hours of the morning. Interestingly, the performers or bhans dance to the tune of specific instruments like mukams, surnai, nagara and dhol. Swang is a popular theatre from Haryana, Rajasthan and Uttar Pradesh. Swang is centered around music. In this folk theatre, religious stories and folk tales are enacted and sung by a group of a dozen or so artists, characterized by loud rendering of dialogues and songs. As in past, it was performed in open air. Nautanki is usually associated with Uttar Pradesh. The most popular centers of this traditional theatre form are Kanpur, Lucknow and Hathras. Ras Leela. Ras Leela is based exclusively on Lord Krishna legends and it is performed in the Braj Bhumi of Uttar Pradesh. Bhavai is the traditional theatre form of Gujarat. Yakshagan is a popular folk theatre from the state of Karnataka. Chhau is from the eastern India and the performance is from Odisha, West Bengal and Bihar. Another traditional folk theatre form is Tamasha. It is from Maharashtra. Jatra is the fairs in honor of gods or religious rituals and ceremonies and it is popular from Bengal and Orissa. March is the traditional theatre form of Madhya Pradesh. Dashavatar is the most developed theatre form of Konkan and Goa regions. Kudiyattam, it is one of the oldest traditional theatre forms of India. Kudiyattam follows the performative principles of the ancient tradition of Sanskrit theatre. This theatre was traditionally a part of temple rituals performed in sacred theatres called Kutambalams. In 2001, Kudiyattam was officially recognized by UNESCO as a masterpiece of the oral and intangible heritage of humanity. Now let us sum up the session. The different forms of performing arts make Indian culture a real kaleidoscope to be cherished and we should make full efforts to preserve our heritage for our future generations. Namaskar. Thank you.